Landon, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
When you're looking at Walmart, Landon, what are you guys seeing in terms of consumer purchase intent mentions? That's the big number we're always looking for.
That's right. Yeah, people talking about either shopping online at Walmart, which is really important, or going into the stores. And what we're seeing is a slight decline year over year. There is always a little bit of a decline in this quarter coming off the holiday quarter, and it usually bottoms out going into the summer, so like spring and summer. So right now is about the lowest point you'll see throughout the year. And this lowest point is a little bit lower than the previous lowest point from last year. As you mentioned, the stock is basically testing 100. It's had a lot of trouble getting through that mark right now, so it's sitting at sort of a resistance level, and we've got purchase intent slightly weaker. Now, the real story, I think, with Walmart, though, is their online shopping and their in-store pickup and their next-day delivery and all that. So I think it was yesterday they just announced the ability to get next-day delivery. They're testing it out in Southern California and Phoenix, Las Vegas area, and they expect to have that for about 75% of stores over the next year. And what's interesting is when you look at that versus Target, over the years, Walmart has had a definite lead in online shopping. And you can see that around 2017, that's when they had their biggest lead, and that's when Target picked up the company Shipt. And since then, Target has really narrowed the gap, and in fact, they've just taken the lead when it comes to online shopping. So people talking about buying online on these two different companies. And what I find really fascinating is if you think about, people are always talking about the Amazon effect and how Amazon can come in and disrupt a company or an industry. If you look at these two companies, they're racing for second place when it comes to online shopping, but I think that Amazon really has something to worry about because they have so many more stores and actual physical locations than Amazon. They have the ability to get customers their products much faster, and both of them are not laying down, they're not rolling over, they're competing very strongly, and we're seeing a dent in Amazon's purchase intent because of this.
Landon, they call that click and pick, where you can click on and then go pick it up in the stores. And you're right, Walmart has the brick and mortar stores that Amazon doesn't have to do that. And if they match them in delivery and match them in margins, remember, they don't have a membership fee. So you're talking about a kind of a game changer. My question to you is, with the announcement yesterday, and it was yesterday that this got announced, have you seen a flurry in any social media data on this first day? Because Jenny Horn is lighting up about one-day delivery, so you've got to be seeing social media light up.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're seeing, I think that, it's a bit of a tease because it's mostly in the Southwest, Southern California, Phoenix, Las Vegas. It's a bit of a test market, I guess, but I think they are going to definitely roll it out over the end of the year. But that's fantastic for consumers. And there's no, consumers don't have really brand loyalty when you're talking about buying cheap products. They want what they can get the cheapest and the fastest. And for a long time, that was Amazon. But people will gladly switch to whichever company is able to deliver their needs faster. And yet, one interesting trend that we did look at, you mentioned the click and pick. That trend overall, not just for Walmart or Target or any other company, just the trend overall is up 47% year over year in the holiday season. So this is a move that is going to absolutely benefit the Walmarts and the Targets of the world, and it's going to hurt Amazon for sure.
So Landon, I must be the Target consumer because I was actually telling the guys before we went on that I just shopped at Walmart for the first time ever online, and my product will be here today, which I was like, it was the cheapest price point, it was the fastest delivery, I have no membership fee to pay for, so it seemed like the obvious decision, and we were just joking about
new Walmart customer. That's what we're calling Jenny Horn today.
I was floored, so I just thought that was so funny that now we're talking about Walmart because I just am a new time customer, and we were joking that it seems like when you order off Amazon, you don't always spend this 35, or you spend under the 35 minimum. There is a 35 minimum with Walmart, but I mean, it got me to spend $35, no doubt.
Real quickly, and I just want to, because that was kind of my point was, I go to Amazon a lot, and maybe I'm the only person in the world, but I mainly use Amazon to buy books. I don't buy them on my iPad. I like to actually get the real book. And a lot of times,
actually sell books.
Yeah, whoa, time out.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah,
books aren't over
$35.
So when I order a book on there, I do pay for the Amazon Prime, whatever, it's $100 or whatever it is a month or a year. But I'm also getting a streaming service. I'm getting other things too with that it adds up. That's like the utility you get. Maybe is worth that membership fee. To me, this $35 is not a coincidence that's where they set it, because if you're not normally spending $35, but it might be close enough that you go over that edge that offsets that shipping cost that these companies may have.
And that was
I agree completely. Yeah, absolutely. And one thing that it's great that Jenny's a new customer of Walmart. I love this. That's so wild. I never would have thought that. But
yeah.
What's interesting is the happiness for these two companies, Target versus Walmart. Target has a huge lead on happiness. It's I think it's 56 to 72 as far as consumers percentage, but Walmart is cutting into that lead. They're around 51 or so a few years ago, and they've been uptrending, and Target's actually moving down a little bit. So Walmart is getting things done. Now again, purchase intent year over year is down slightly, but I think the long-term message that we want to convey here today is that they and Target are fighting for second place against Amazon for online shopping. And with the click and pick, I think that it's a real threat to Amazon.
Landon, one last thing. How does Costco fit in here?
Yeah, Costco, that's a tough one. They've actually done pretty well on purchase intent. People love going to those stores, but I think as far as delivery goes, Jenny, help me out here. Can you get things delivered as easily from Costco? I don't think that's the case, but
Absolutely not.
I'm going to lean on the millennial.
All right.
Absolutely
well, one
not.
other thing too that you're mentioning everything in terms of Landon, the real winner is the consumers. But Jenny, when you're looking at this in terms of what you're seeing on social media, does any of this reflect the sentiment that they're reflecting here?
Absolutely. I mean, Jeff Mackey was one of the loudest voices on this about Walmart and their one-day shipping on social media. So our first tweet is from, of course, Jeff Mackey, who says, Walmart announces one-day delivery on any purchase less than $35, available to 75% of U.S. in 2019, locally curated, includes up to 220,000 products, makes good financial sense because of Walmart's fulfillment network. Walmart is now best for discount, just like that, Amazon. So to take kind of a different stance, because we're so positive on this news with Walmart, are they spending to compete? Is this any fear that they're spending too much money to then compete with an Amazon? Because there is no membership fee here.
Right.
I mean, they're absolutely spending money, right, Landon?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But I think this is a move that has to be done. Used to be, and Alex, you're probably still in this group, where if you wanted something delivered to your house, you automatically went to Amazon. And Walmart is now inserting themselves into that conversation. The only concern that I would say is that with Shipped, Target is doing a fantastic job. They're projecting that for all major product categories that you'll be able to get same-day delivery in 2019. So they're upping it by a day. And like you said, Alex, this is capitalism 101. The consumer's winning. None of us really care who wins between Amazon, Walmart, and Target, but we are all winning as consumers. So that's what I love the most.
Landon, you actually offered a really good segue into my next tweet, which says, Walmart, I think Target is the better sympathy play, been way too beat down, and earnings later in the month. Lots of upside possible. So, Landon, could you see Target at all as the sympathy play here, as this tweeter mentions?
You know what? We've looked at Target's purchase intent, and it's kind of got that same slightly down year-over-year thing that Walmart does. So I'm not sure between the two. I wouldn't pair them up. I'd go bearish on both. But with the market the way it is right now, you got to be pretty nimble. It's a pretty crazy week to be trading. So I'm going to be watching a lot on these two for sure on earnings this week.
Lynn, real quick before we go, so you just mentioned you're looking at year-over-year purchase intent is down. The stock relative to last quarter, year-over-year quarters is up, but it's not at all-time highs. Does that factor into kind of that confidence in terms of that bearish lean?
Yeah, we're definitely bearish on Walmart. It's not a super strong play for us, but yes, with the stock just off of all-time highs, and if you want to get Ben Watson to chime in, I'm sure he would point out that there's a lot of resistance at 100 or just above, and that's where the stock is at now. So with purchase intent down year over year, I would say that we're definitely leaning bearish, but it's not a home run.